Vincent, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, man. I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to let me just hold on one second.
Yeah, you got it.
Not coming up yet.
No, not yet. I think at the bottom you'll see the thing that says start or stop video. You're just gonna hit on that little camera icon.
There we go. There we go.
There he is, man. The man, the myth, the legend. How we feeling?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. I called you Vincent. Is this Vicente, right?
It's Vince. Everybody it's my real name is Vicente, but my name everybody calls me Vince.
Okay, cool.
You
cool.
call me Vince.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good, my man. So tell me a little about yourself. Like, what do we currently do right now?
So yeah, I had mentioned, I don't know if I was texting you or but anyways, I had been involved. I still am. I own a moving company and delivery service company. We kind of had to scale down after COVID, and we started doing more deliveries. But as you do that, I mean, the return's better for how much work you put out. But the problem is just, um, scaling it and the fact that it's a luxury service is just hard to get. It's hard to get work more now than it was like, say, 2014. 2014, like 2017 were probably some of my best years. Just profit and everything, and the way the business was growing. So, it is a luxury service. So, like, during COVID, it was great when everybody was getting their their checks and everything like that. We were directly getting affected in a good way. I lost a contract with Big Lots and just a lot of other things that I just, I know how to hustle the business where I can maintain, but it's not enough to where I can like build and anything. And, at the end of the day, I want to be able to provide for, my, future family and be able to do better for my family that I have right now. So, yeah.
Cool, man. How long have you been running that company?
So since 2013, I've been I was part owner, and then I branched out for myself, and then I recently had a business partner in 2019 to now, but he's doing the medical transportation part of it right now, and I'm kind of more or less trying to figure something else out because I just want to do something that I'm able to really pour more of my time and have. I have a passion for the fitness industry. I always have. I just never knew where I could make any money back in the day. Personal training, you couldn't make that much money, but now I see that there's more avenues to be able to go down towards. But I mean, like, I did it for free. I always for being in the moving business, you have to be strong as hell. I mean, not just a little bit. You have to be really strong. And so I always had guys. I had a company called Beast Moving for a long time, and those guys were like, I would work out 10 hours, and I would go to the gym after for 2.5 hours, like religiously. I wasn't drinking, I wasn't partying. I just would work out all the time. And over the years, your body just can't keep going at that level. So yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Cool. Yeah, you're right, man. Movers, different type of strength. There's difference between picking up a 100-pound dumbbell and picking up a watch at awkward angles. So I totally get that, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I used to see guys that would come and move some of my furniture. They looked like they were $150, and they were picking up couches and slinging them around like they were rag dolls.
Oh yeah, pound for pound, you become like really, really strong for anybody's weight.
Yeah, 100%. So cool. So what do we feel like online training is going to give us? Are we looking for financial freedom, more flexibility, more time, you mentioned?
I mean, all of that, yeah. But it's, and obviously being an entrepreneur is more about just your lifestyle, being able to dictate a lot of your own things on your own terms, which is mainly what I'm not gonna lie, I've made less money in certain years because I would rather work on my own terms than go to work for somebody. And you know, I'm not a person that needs to live fancy or nothing like that, but I definitely don't want to be struggling. So at this point, Yeah, I want to pursue something else, and I want to be able to pour all my time into something like I have in the early years of the moving business.
Okay, cool. So what do you feel like is the biggest challenge to get the drive you want?
Honestly, I don't know where to start. I don't know. I could probably. I know I need to get certified. I know I need to be able to create the marketing, build the brand, I guess, and I know I need to be able to generate leads. But I mean, I don't know where to begin on that stuff.
Yeah, 100%. So the majority of individuals are in the same boat you are. They just know they have a passion for something. They're just trying to figure out how can we actually monetize this thing, right? So that's kind of our specialty where we'll show you step by step on actually how to build that, which we'll show you here in the presentation shortly. Now, you mentioned right now your company was doing fairly well, but then COVID and stuff happened. What do we need to replace this current income to go full time as a coach?
I mean, if I was to be able to make anywhere between 6 and 8 thousand, I could say that would be somewhere around the ballpark.
Cool.
Um, I mean, I was making almost 30,000 a month at one point, and you know, definitely going from that to not has been a situation where you start to look at it in every other angle, every other avenue, I guess. And I even was doing sales roofing just shortly ago, and I just no longer doing that. But yeah, I understand. I got to do more than what I'm doing right now, and I can contribute. I can say that I haven't put in. I haven't exhausted all efforts, so that's my own fault.
Yeah, 100%. So you only give some context behind that. Industry averages for online training is anywhere between 250 on the very low end to 500 on the upper end per month for an individual. Okay, so let's just say you get certified, you're feeling confident, and let's just say you're charging on an upper end of, let's just say, 400 bucks. Okay, so if you had 20 clients, that's going to get you 8K a month. If you have 25 clients, that's going to get you that 10K a month, right? And then from there, we can always just continue to build. But once we get past 10K on a regular basis, that's when we teach you how to scale, how to hire, when to hire, things of that nature, when to run ads. It gets more, detailed as well as we keep going. So now that you know the industry averages, where would you like to see yourself make best case scenario?
I mean, the sky's the limit, man. I'm not attached to a number as much as I'm attached to like a vision of where I want my life to be at, in 5 years from now or 2 years from now. I just want to be content with, I'm content with what I have already, but I know that I'm not able to provide the lifestyle for like, spouse if I don't excel more, so I need to
Yeah.
do that.
So how do you want your life to look like in the next 6 months?
I want to be able to dictate a lot of my own terms on like I have been in the past, but I also want to be able to I want to be able to provide like actual help to the people that are needed, and I want to be able to like make a difference in their life. And I know in my life I was what fitness did for me, and it always has. It's the only thing that's always kept me back to being. It's been like my uh, it's been like my uh, conscious, I guess. It's been able to help me. It's always been able to ground me back to what I need to do and never go off the deep end too bad, because I know what at the end of the day, if it was something that was going on, I could always go and pour myself into working out, and over time, everything else starts to improve too.
Yeah, 100%. So now that we know what your 6 months, from now looks like, how does that differ from where you're currently at?
Uh, well, right now, I mean, like I said, I've always been able to maintain, but I think I would just be able to make a little bit more, uh, sleep a little bit better. You know what I mean? Make a little better decision, make some more decisions where I can make, I could make other investments into other avenues because I know, I need more active income. So I'm willing to do whatever I got to, um, if I'm able to afford it. Yeah, I mean that's where I'm at right now in my life.
Yeah, 100%. So what are some areas that we've tried? It looks like you've been doing a little bit of research. I know you said you were talking about looking into certifications. Anything else that we've looked into or tried to make this a more realistic thing for us?
No, actually, this is the first time I've ever taken the step to actually pursue this. I mean, in the past, I've trained people for free just because they always would ask me and bug me. But um, yeah, I mean, people always told me, they're like, why don't you become a personal trainer? And in the past, I just didn't know. I had guys back, no, when I first started coming into I'm 35. So like when I first got into the working out, it wasn't popular, so it wasn't as popular as it is today. And now I knew guys that were personal trainers, and a lot of them weren't, they weren't making enough money. And well, I was just like, okay, well, I'm like, I liked it, but I kind of just held it, put it on the hanger. But I know now with, it's the information technology era, so I have to be able to be in a business where I can use that to my advantage.
Yeah, 100%. So I know that today you said this is kind of like your first steps. What was that defining factor for you where you're like, F it, I'm going in today, I'm making this happen?
Oh, just constantly, losing or losing that sales company, roofing company. Well, not losing it, but it was like a two-way street. I wasn't pouring myself into that business because I had the moving business still to be able to pay my bills. And so, but I also knew that it was just like, it wasn't something I wanted to do, the roofing sales. And after that, because I've tried a couple of different things since, um, but after not being a part of that company and just the way that it went, realizing that like, no matter where I go, if I'm not able to kind of be my own boss, I'm really not ever going to probably be able to work anywhere, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. But I also think it's a good thing.
Yeah, 100%. So it sounds like the real reason that we're here today is obviously we want to have some sustainable income and do something we truly like. You've already said yourself, we're not a normal 9 to 5 guy. We don't like working for other people. We like to dictate and take control of our own life on our own terms. Our goal is we need to at least get to 6 to 8K to just kind of cover where we're currently at. But obviously, sky is the limit. 10K and on would be phenomenal. That would give you that financial freedom, allow you to invest, get more time back to doing the things that you love, and be able to cause more impact. It looks like you tried this is the first couple steps, and the reason that you tried it is you just realized, hey, I haven't really fully invested in myself, and now's the time to actually do it. Is that about right?
Right.
Cool, man. So what I'm going to do next, before I did move next, what do you feel like you need from like a business coach or a mentor to be successful?
Accountability and guidance in areas that I don't know.
Love it. Cool. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over a brief presentation, and we're going to actually deep dive into everything in LCA. Okay. So after the end of this conversation, if you're like, this is exactly what I was looking for, we'll talk about it. If you're like, I'm straight, man, I don't need it. Cool. I'll send you with some resources. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yep.
All right. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. This is a big deal. We're accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a rating of an A and of a possible A+. We're also backed by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. On the success ladder, we're going to have 2 tiers. We're going to have 10K Accelerator. We're going to have Mastery Level. 10K Accelerator is great for an individual such as yourself who has a passion for health and fitness, looking to get certified and wants to create some impact on the online space. The information this course can give us from 0 up to 10K in as little as 4 months if desired. Now, mastery levels for individuals that are hitting 10K a month on a regular basis, but their main focal point is to get to that 7 figures. They want to remove themselves from coaching one day to become more of a CEO of their own business, if that makes sense.
Right.
So where I see you at, we're going to start here, but I can totally see it based off your ambitions, you popping on up here eventually down the road. The 10K Accelerator is really broken down into 4 phases. The first thing we want to focus on is how you get your first clients. We can't consider ourselves a business if we don't have any, paying customers. Once we have that, then we'll establish a business foundation. We're going to teach you how to create leads organically through utilizing AI software, and we'll even develop sales and retention strategies to help you reach and sustain 10K months. As far as the support side things go, you're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach. This individual's completed both 10K Accelerator and Mastery Level, so they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own, so they're battle tested. They're going to be able to show you how to get to where you want to be in the most efficient way, and that's what that game planning call will focus on. From there, you'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks, very similar to the Zoom call. You'll get to revisit the game plan, make necessary changes, receive feedback, then you'll get very specific instructions on what you need to execute for the upcoming weeks. Now, once we complete our sales modules and we're averaging about 2 sales Zoom calls a week, we're going to introduce you to your sales coach. This will help you maximize revenue. It'll help you get your closing rate percentage up as well. 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate your current 9 to 5. This will go over client objection handling, client delivery, marketing, lead generation, mindset issues. We deep dive into anything. From there, you're going to have 24/5 tech support. So outside of those game planning calls, you can text your coach 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, as much as you like. They're contractually obligated to answer all of your questions. Now, you know this because you've been an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is awesome, but it can get overwhelming as hell sometimes. So we help with mindset calls. We do breath work and meditation sessions and even journaling to ensure you're in a good headspace to move forward with your business. As far as the resources go, you're going to have that 10K accelerator course curriculum. You'll have the Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. And then we'll also give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes within your program. And we do offer an optional certification at no additional charge. Okay. As far as the secret sauce to get you from 0 to 10K, these are the 4 phases. Phase 1, act first. What is this? This is basically saying who we are, what we're about, and what we want to do. Okay. We're going to utilize specific resources to get your first couple clients within that first 2 to 2.5 weeks. Then we're going to organize and design your company. So we're going to make sure your systems are all set up. You're legally in line. So like your financial systems, your administration systems. From there, we're going to figure out what problem we solve for individuals. Once we figure that out, we'll then create our offer and pricing around that. So these first 2 phases, you'll probably be about a month to month and a half in. Your next 2 phases will be the bulk of the course. So phase 3, developing consistency. We're going to teach you the organic marketing strategy. We're going to learn to generate leads with NLCA's community lead generation method. And then we'll also teach you basic sales funnel creations to close deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is going to be like fine tuning. Okay. We're going to help you maximize your sales capabilities. We're going to help you create clear and consistent client delivery systems. And more importantly, we're going to focus on customer support and retention to keep people happy for long periods of time and advance them to, larger areas of your programming. Any questions on that?
No, it's pretty clear.
Perfect. Now the modules themselves, there'll be a total of 30 modules. Each module will have an overview link. It'll be also custom with videos. So the first thing we need to do to become a full-time online coach, we got to get you clients, right? So we're going to utilize specific strategies that have been tried and proven to work to get you your first couple right out the gate. And more importantly, we'll give you resources that are already completed for you, so you don't have to worry about spending so much time on that. From there, we're going to move into the 10K Accelerator Directory. I want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize the course to its full potential. The roadmap is going to be broken down into 2 phases. What do we need to do to get from 0 to 5K? And then what do we need to do to get from 5 to 10? So very specific instructions. You'll always know what's expected of you at all points in times. From there, we're going to move into the mindset and lifestyle module. So you mentioned this earlier. You want to create a very specific lifestyle based upon your goals. We help with routines and organization to ensure that you have that balance. We also go over mindset issues, self-limiting beliefs, things of that nature to make sure you become that CEO you were meant to be. From there, we focus on the top 10 struggles that fit in this entrepreneur space, but we've also provided solutions for that. Okay. From there, we're going to move into the administration systems and ChatGPT. So this is pretty dope. Have you heard of ChatGPT before?
I haven't.
So this is like brand new revolutionary equipment. So Gary Vee talks a lot about it, but essentially this is like your virtual assistant. Okay. So it streamlines your SOPs. It helps you create content. It makes your programming and nutrition more efficient. Like you literally, it streamlines everything for you. Okay. Once we have that set up, we're going to teach you how to create processes to collect payments. So waiver Stripe to collect payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform and Calendly for people to book calls and send in applications. And then we even have apps that you can utilize to load up all of your programming, all of your nutrition into one spot. We're going to do the same thing for you on our financial systems. So again, we're going to teach you how to set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, how to pay quarterly taxes, how to pay yourself, business write-offs, health insurance, business liability, you name it. Now, the cool thing about this is I think you probably already have your LLC, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. So you don't have to worry about that. But something that kind of cool to give you some context with, we're actually partnered with an AI software. So I think it probably took you about 2 to 3 weeks to file for your LLC.
Something like that.
So this allows it to be done in 2 to 3 hours. It's virtually the same cost. So it just streamlines everything for you. From there, we're going to move into target setting. We're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We're going to deep dive into your goals. And then we're going to identify your ideal challenge. What problem does your program solve for individuals? Once we figure that out, we then create our offer and pricing around that. So it's going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program. The more that you do for individuals, the higher the ticket offer. The high ticket offer is based upon your length of terms. So we help with the structure of your pricing. We also teach you to create downsells and discounts when applicable. From there, we're going to move into organic marketing strategies. So this is where we're going to introduce you to some AI software. This will allow you to do 1 hour worth of work, but have 7 to 14 pieces of content already created for you. So again, maximizing and being more efficient with your time, and then really deep diving into what really marketing is on the online platform and other strategies that we can implement. Then we're going to teach you how to do podcasts and YouTube for virtually free. Okay, so we want to expand your reach. We want more people to know what you're about and the message that you're trying to bring. Okay. From there, we're going to teach you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So it's more than just random posting. There's very specific procedures and strategies involved. So all things Instagram, all things Facebook, and even all things TikTok. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, my man. I don't mess with TikTok. The people I serve are about 35 to 50-year-old high-level men. If you're 35 to 50 at high level and you're on TikTok, we got problems. So I don't mess with it too often.
Right. No, I agree with you on that.
From there, we move into content creation made easy, which essentially we're going to introduce you to Canva, Canva Pro, and Microsoft Designer. We're also going to teach you how to utilize AI software to speed up this process. So this is really good for professionalizing your content, good for editing, branding, logo design. We essentially want your social media to be kind of like a storefront. So if you and your lady are walking by and you see something that entices you to walk in, that's essentially what we want people to do when they're scrolling through social media.
Right.
From there, we're going to move into the 10K lead generation framework. We believe there's 3 different ways to really maximize this. The first of which is what we call earned media. I want you to think of this as like inbound marketing or people coming to you. What strategies and resources can we provide to get people excited and intrigued by you? One of the main things that we're doing that no one else is we're implementing WhatsApp group. So this first section is really how do we set it up? Who's it for? Why is it going to be important? Okay. And then once we go in further, we'll give you very specific strategies on what to utilize to bring more people to you. A great example is cross-pollination. Even a scholarship strategy is a really quick way to get people in the door. Okay. Now, the opposite of that would be conversation to calls. This is outbound marketing or you reaching out to individuals first. So we'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you conversation and call examples, but more importantly, we're going to show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships. Now, that first section, we taught you how to set up the WhatsApp. The second section is now, how can we maximize it? Who are we going to market to? What conversations are we going to have? How are we going to build and nurture these relationships to make it feel like a more intimate moment? So by the time they get on a sales call, they already have a trust with us and they kind of have an idea of who we are. From there, we're going to move into the referral strategy, probably the easiest way to grow your business, friends, families, coworkers, talking about how amazing you are. What are some incentives we can provide people to bring you more referrals without having to just come out and ask? Then we're going to, the final page, we're going to really dive into that fine tuning area. So sales overview and fundamentals, you have to be great at sales if you're going to be an entrepreneur. There's no way around it. So we're going to really maximize your sales capabilities through these foundations, because we want to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet and greet. It's a 10 to 15 minute phone call or a screening call, if you will, to figure out if this person is really going to be an ideal client for you. So we'll give you show rate protocols and examples with our coaches, which will take us into the closing call. So this is where you're trying to lock down the lead. We'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you our entire objection handling web. We'll teach you to create downsells and discounts. This will be massive for you, creating financing options for people who normally couldn't afford it. And then again, onboarding processes and really how to lock down that lead. Then from there, we really want to track who's showing up, who's not, right? So we want to have predictable data every single month. Now, the objection handling web is awesome. You're going to see about 20 different scenarios of what you're going to hear constantly in sales, why people can't move forward with the program. So the better that we familiarize ourselves with this, the easier it is to work past this on the sales call. So we're more prepared. From there, we're going to move into client onboarding. This is probably one of the most important processes, but one of the most overlooked. This is the first 30 days in your program. That first 30 days really dictates if someone wants to continue with you or not. So we want to make sure this is a very special situation for them. We want to provide them resources or something tangible in their hands within that first 24 to 48 hours while you're building out their program, making sure the expectations are clear. Then we're going to move into client delivery. This is the fun stuff, the week-to-week process and how you deliver services. How can you utilize Chat GPT to streamline this process for us? How can we help create resources at a much faster and efficient manner? Also understanding how many clients you can effectively manage on your own, and then communication skills. This will happen to you no matter how good you are. Someone's going to ghost you. They're not going to listen. Someone's going to quit. How can we incentivize them to execute at a high level? Oftentimes, they just want more community touch points with you. They want to be able to talk shit about leg days with other people in your community. Some of them just want other resources and strategies. Some of them want to be incentivized to do what's already expected of them, right? So we're going to give you resources and strategies to bring that to life for them. From there, we're going to go into customer support. So the not so fun side of things. What do we do if someone wants to cancel? They want to pause. They want to refund. How do we handle that? How do we track it? But how do we mitigate it for the upcoming months? And then we're going to move into retention. How can we keep people for long periods of time and advance them to higher levels of our programming? We'll give you strategies and teach you how to track that. And then next steps. Okay, now we're hitting 10K a month on a regular basis. Where do we want to go from here? Do we want to go to that mastery level? Do we want to learn how to scale? Do we want to learn how to run ads? Who to hire? When to hire? Right? Creating more of like a business-minded strategy. Do a quick recap and we'll answer any questions you got. Cool?
Yeah.
All right. So the program itself is going to be 4 months long. You're going to have your customized game planning call with your coach. You'll have a one-on-one coach the entire 4 months. You'll have one-on-one private coaching calls every 2 weeks. You'll have private sales coaching available as well. You'll have Facebook community and CEO trainings, 5 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, the certification, and the business course curriculum. Is there anything you feel like we're missing here?
No, it's pretty descriptive. You guys have that down, broken down pretty good.
Good. You liking it?
I do.
Awesome. Any questions so far?
I mean, obviously, the elephant in the room, it's just about, what's the pricing and how can, what are the options?
Yeah, 100%. So the good news is there's something for everyone, which we're going to go into in a second. So I'm just going to share a couple more things, then we'll dive right into that. Is that cool?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to share a couple testimonials. I'm going to show you people of different spectrums. Okay, so Charlotte, she was an in-person trainer making 40K a year, was not happy with what she was doing. After 6 months, she contracted over 200K. Now she's making 70K a month. So wow. She went all in. She actually was approved for mastery level coach within 6 weeks. Like she went all in. Like I'm talking about every waking second she had. She was determined to get out of in-person training. So she killed it. Now, on the opposite spectrum, you've got Karina. So she's kind of like your average everyday person, making about 2K a month. Her goal was she just wanted to travel and spend more time with her kids. First tattoo indicates when she started NLCA. Bottom tattoo indicates when she quit her job. So after about 6 months, she was averaging 10 to 12K a month on a regular basis. She's now averaging 15K a month, working about 30 to 35 hours a week. So the reason I showed the first one is I know that we had the sky's the limit. The second one was, I know you mentioned you wanted a lifestyle where you could travel. You said you weren't all about the money. That's why I shared this one with you as well.
Okay.
Cool. Averages really quick. This is going to be important. People are quitting their job in an average of 10.6 weeks to go full-time in their online fitness business on average, which is crazy. Of the students who hit a 10K a month, it takes them just 13 weeks to do so on average. And the students who stay with us 12 months have 97 clients on their roster on average. Those individuals with 97 clients are averaging $366,000 a year, which is amazing. Yep. And then our students are rating the program a 4.5 out of 5 on average, which means they're getting massive results for their respectful businesses. Any questions at all on the averages?
No, I mean, what is the areas that these people are in? Is that affected ever, or is it because it's online? Is that really not an issue?
No, so like a lot of these people came from like random jobs. Some people have zero experience. So is that what you're asking me?
Well, I guess I was saying like demographic of like where they're at and like what city they live or what state. Is that affected ever?
No, because really online you're able to help anyone from anywhere, right? It's all about how we market and the story that we're putting out to individuals, right?
Right. Well, hooks them in and stuff like that.
Yep, 100%. Cool. Yep. Any questions on the averages? Any other questions before we dive into the big question?
No, not yet.
Cool, man. So we're gonna dive in. There's gonna be a payment plan, then there'll be a paid in full. Okay, so payment plan, we just put a down payment down. We spread it out over 4 months. Paid in full just means we pay the whole thing up front. We save a lot of money. We also have extended payment plans and financing options. So no matter where you're at, I've got something for you. Cool.
Okay. All right.
Did you also get to hear about the 3 times the investment guarantee?
Oh, yeah, you get your money back or whatever at the end of it.
Correct. So how this works is we're guaranteeing you're going to have 3 times your investment during your enrollment term or get your money back. Now there's our terms and conditions, pretty standard, right? Got to attend your game planning call. You'd have to attend you'd have to attend 2 one-on-one coaching calls per month. After 1 group call support call a week, run a 90-day scholarship, or within your first 90 days, run a scholarship as laid out, charge at least the bare minimum suggested prices, have no late payments, have 100% of the course material completed. As long as you do all that, we're guaranteeing your success.
Okay.
All right. So before we dive in, kind of remind me again of what online fitness coaching is going to give you as an individual.
What I'm hoping is just a different life and altogether. I mean, that's something that I'm able to, like I said, pour my attention into, and have a passion and have a purpose where it's not, it's not just driven by like in the business I was associated before. It's just a lot different as far as like people, they're appreciative of the service, but it's just not it doesn't translate the same. Like when you're providing this kind of service, you're changing somebody's life pretty much. So I think it's something where I feel like that alone will give me more of a purpose in itself. So I think that's why I want to do that.
Cool. I love that. So a lot of people come here for the money, but I love the fact that you put like an emphasis on, I need to feel fulfilled and I want to do something that serves others. That's huge, right? Right
Yes.
now, it sounds like what we're currently doing doesn't provide you that fulfillment. Is that accurate?
It doesn't.
So from like a 1 to a 10 of where you're at right now, as far as making something, be purposeful in your life, 1, it's whatever, and 10 being like, no, we got to start something right now. Where are you at on that level?
10. We got to start something right now.
I love it. Cool. All right. You ready to talk about this thing? What's going to cost us, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here goes, man. Hold your breath. It's only $100,000 in your left kidney. I'm just playing. There's a payment plan of 7,000, and then there's a paid in full option of 6,200. Okay. Out of those 2, which do you think works best for you?
I mean, it's probably gonna have to be the 62 or the 7,000 over a payment plan.
Yeah, that's
how
cool.
does it work? How does that work?
Let's talk about it. So we're going to work in reverse. I'm going to show you kind of what the average people do, the average student will do, and then we'll work in reverse. Okay. So the average person will put down about 2,300. That'll take your remaining payment down to 4,700. We divide that over 4 months. Your payments would be like $1,175 a month, which is equivalent to you needing about 3 to 5 clients per month to make that back, depending on what you're charging.
Okay, 3 to 5 months. Just writing it down.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Okay. So do you guys ever do, or what's the lowest you guys normally do right now?
Yeah, let me ask you a question first, because this is going to help us out. It's going to let me know what type of cards I have to play with us. What's our credit looking like? Good, bad, great, shitty, awesome? What's it looking like?
Credit?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's good.
No problem. So we have a third-party company called SweetPay. It's awesome for individuals who are looking to get going but need a little bit of a lower rate. So what it allows us to do is we take that 7,000, we spread it out over 12 months versus 4. But the great news is we only have to put 5% down. So 5% of 7,000 is $350 plus a one-time service activation fee of $59, which brings it to $374. Or I'm sorry, no, $409. Geez, my math is off. $409. And then you wouldn't, say for instance, if you did this today, you wouldn't have another payment for about another 6 weeks, because you wouldn't get charged again until the end of June. And your monthly payments from there would be about $597, which is equivalent to you needing about 2 to 3 clients per month.
Okay, so the lowest I could, it would start off as a 409, and then in 6 months it would be like 590. You said 597.
Yeah. So today would be 409, and then in 6 weeks, not 6 months, in 6 weeks, by the end of June, your next payment would be like about $597 per month. Now you can
And that's
always
usually. Oh, go ahead.
And you can always pay that off earlier. So again, you have a 3 times your investment guarantee, right? The course is 4 months long. If you were to just start killing it, right, you can always pay this thing off with no penalties.
Okay. Either way right now, I don't think it's something I can do
Well,
financially.
yeah, what do you have to utilize? Do you have anything in like checkings or savings you can utilize?
I'm not in a good position right now. No.
Let me ask you this. Let's try something else, okay? It's worth a shot. Do you have a PayPal account?
No.
Okay. So we're gonna go to paypal.com/credit. So go ahead and go on that. Go to paypal.com/credit. And then you're just gonna hit like you're gonna like basically create a username and password, and then you'll go back in and we're gonna hit apply. And it takes us about a couple minutes, but the premise behind all of this is we're gonna get apply for a line of credit. Okay, so if we get approved, great. It could be anywhere from $50 to I've seen people get approved for like 5,000,
Yeah, I
right?
can't do that, man. That's not gonna. It'll ding me like that.
So just to find out what we get approved for, it won't ding you. It's a soft credit check.
Well, I can do. I got a finance app I can do that on, but I doubt it's gonna let me get approved. I can almost tell you that right now.
Now the sweet pay one would. Now, I guess are you in a spot to be getting resourceful? When I say that, I was saying like getting creative to figure out something that's actually going to help you change your life if it makes sense for you financially, right? So all we
Yeah,
need is
I get that.
cool. So what do you think are some options that we could utilize just to get that initial down payment?
I mean, I'd have to come back and talk to you after that. I mean, if you're open to having me talk to you in a day or so, I mean, I probably not be able to talk to you today to get that worked out.
No, that's totally fine. I'm not expecting it to happen today, my man, but I'm just thinking together. Have you tried ever getting like a personal loan or anything from your bank?
No, no,
You could try
I have
looking into
never
call.
tried.
I would call your bank and say, hey, I'm looking for a personal loan. And if you're going to get a personal loan, don't ask for 7,000, ask for 6,200 and have that thing paid off in full. So that way you save $800. So let's try that out today. And I'm not expecting an answer by today.
Okay,
I'm just going to give you some resources over the next couple of days to look into.
okay, I will
So
look
ask,
into it. I mean, honestly, I like what you guys are doing, and it's not a lot of money for me to get into. It's just the way that I'm set up right now isn't very stable. So I'll be honest with you. That's why I'm venturing out towards talking to you guys in the first place. So, but I think I can make this work. I mean, financially, I don't know if I can get the loan of 6,200. Yes, but if I can't, I can probably still come up with the payment money of 400, and then in 5 or 6 weeks, I'll have that money again for that. A five. He says 592 or
597.
597.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's 409 to start and then 597 in 6 weeks, I should be able to swing it.
So I'd say as long as we can get that in before, I'm saying like about before the 15th, this would be about 6 weeks. Cause I'm assuming as if like within the next few days. Now, let's say you came up with it in like 2 weeks, you're going to have more like 4.5 weeks, right? So I'm just trying to give you context on where we're at based on the day.
Okay, so either if it's not by the 15th, it'd be then I wouldn't be eligible to start the program for another 4.5 or how many weeks?
No, you'd be eligible. You can start it whenever, but what I'm saying is based upon the day that we signed up. So if we signed up today, you're having more time to pay it off. Let's say you wait 2 more weeks, right? And we get going, you're still able to start, but now you don't have as much leeway in between your next payment, if that makes sense, right? Because
Oh, I got you.
you'll have a
Yep,
month.
I got you.
So
I got you.
since we're right around the middle of the month, it buys us a little bit of extra time.
What is the date on that? June.
Your next payment would be like the end of June, like June 30th or whatever.
All right. I mean, if you can send me over some options, I'll go ahead and take a look at it.
Yeah. So the other thing I think about too, do you have like any family, friends that are like trustworthy of you that might be able to help spot you a little bit just to get you rolling?
I never asked them for money like that, man. If I can't come up with it, I can't come up with it. You know what I mean? I got my brother, he's rich. My sister's pretty well off. My other sister's pretty well off, but it's like it's my decision to come. It's my choice, and I got to figure out how I can come up with it. It's not a large amount money. But if that's the case, then it's its own fault. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, 100%. Another quick way to do it is loan first. Try the loan first. Call your bank like today. Find out.
I'll call them right after I get off the phone with you.
Yeah, call them like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Personal loan. A lot of times people will get approved for a small personal loan. Just say, I'm looking for 6,200. And if they say for what's like kind of like a continuing education course, right? But usually just ask for a personal loan. And then if that doesn't work, if there's anything that you have maybe around the house that you can sell, again, those are areas that I found that have worked out well for a lot of individuals as well.
Absolutely.
So what I'll do is also I'm going to send you over a mini course on how to get started. So I want us to go in the mindset today that we've already started. So I don't care that we didn't put any money down. I want us to go into the mindset that we're a student. Okay. So from this day forward, you had mentioned you're at a 10. So we have no other option. We're going to hold you accountable to this. Right. So that's the mindset I want you going in. Like, hey, I'm working towards something that I know is going to benefit me in the long run. In order for me to get the intricate details, this is the money that I need to come up with. But in the meantime, I'm gonna give you something to work on so your mindset is already like geared up towards something that you can create passion for.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Sounds good.
Now I'm going to follow up with you probably, I know Sunday's Mother's Day. I'll probably shoot you a text just to see how things are going, give you like a day or two. Now, if you find something out from your bank sooner, let me know. And that way I can get you going a lot faster.
All right, I will.
Now, the number that I texted you from is my specific number. So if you have questions or concerns, shoot me a message. Don't hesitate. All right.
I won't.
All right, man. Hey, I really greatly appreciate your time this afternoon.
Jeremy, I appreciate your time as well. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, brother.
I'll reach out to you soon.
All right, brother. Look forward to it.
Thanks, man.
Yep, later.